Alright everybody, this is a video about writing expressions. Now, I've talked about in other videos, an expression is a math problem that doesn't have an equal sign. Okay, so an expression would be something like 4 plus 6, 5 plus x. And now it doesn't ask for you to say equals, so we're not exactly solving, but we're writing problems that we can still figure out. Okay. Now we're going to do everybody's favorite thing, and that's translating words into an actual expression. Okay, so there's your writing. So our goal for this is to be able to understand some of these words here in addition and subtraction, be able to recognize those words, and to be able to make a expression. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into it. Okay, first of all, take a deep breath. It's not going to kill you. It'll be okay. So, for addition in math, once again, in order for you to only put this in your problem, they have a long list of words. If you've seen some of my first videos I did, I kind of was a little shaky on those, but they're still okay. We talked about how there's kind of like a language for math and certain words. And so they use these words a lot, and they're going to be trying to use these words to get something across to you, and you don't really speak that language all the time, so what I would suggest doing is making flashcards for these words and going through and saying, okay, this word is plus, this word is minus, and we're going to get into future videos of multiplication and division. It's just something that you'll probably need to do to be able to recognize these on a actual piece of paper. Okay, a few different words. So the sum, not sun, sum, plus, so obviously that one, you could say, Mr. Larson, why don't you just use plus all the time? Well, I don't know. Okay, I'm pretty good, but I'm not that good all the time. Total, okay, more than, and increased by. Now, this one with more than is kind of tricky because here in the future videos that I'm going to get into, we will talk about a sign that is more than. Makes me smile. My phone just went off, it chimed, and I was like, a student. No, I'm just kidding. So, need to be careful of this one, but I can show you some tips of how to do those later. So all 5 of these right here would be an example of you just simply putting a plus sign. Now where to put it, you'll have to work on that and practice that. Let's talk about subtraction for a minute. So, like I said, all of these right here are simply just telling you to put a subtraction sign into your problem. Alright, so we have difference, less than, minus, and decreased by. Alright, so these would be some of your examples of problems that, or of words that would show you to do subtraction. Okay. Once again, I would take note card, put, sum on one side and put a plus sign on the other side of the note card and just go through these. Alright, that's kind of that type of memory that you'll need on this one. I'm not going to go into detail of what all these are, but that's good enough for this purpose. Okay, so here's 3 problems here, and hopefully you can read my handwriting. I always struggled with teachers where they go and put it up there and you're like, I still can't read what you wrote, teacher, thank you. So I try to write nice, but if you can't read it, I'll try to write nicer. Okay, so if you can't read it, I'm going to read it, and you can try it yourself. So 8 more than a number x. Alright, so a few tips of this. A number x is just your variable. So this number here, this letter, is just saying you're going to use x as your variable in this problem. So I'm going to pull out a few things here. So I can say, alright, I found 8 And sometimes they'll put them in word form instead of number form. 8 and x. And now I need to go through my mental list here. There's more than, okay? So let's find more than on our category. Okay, so, and for a good chunk of this, what you want to do is you want to go from left to right and kind of figure it out left to right. Okay, that's how most of these are written. And a lot of people, they'll try to figure it out and like piece it together, but just try to do it from left to right and you should be able to get most of these pretty simply. So 8, I'm going to start with 8, put that on my left. Okay, now we figured out that this right here is a plus because it's more than, and then a number. So 8 more than a number that we don't know, and so we have a variable. All right? And so guess what? All of these words over here that you were like, Mr. Larson, there's words in math, turns into that. And that's it. Now, for this problem, we can't solve that. We don't know what x is. So, all right, let's try B. Example B. So the difference of 7 and A. Now I said most of the time you want to read it from left to right or put it together from left to right, but sometimes they put the sign in the front. Okay, well that's fine. So let's look at this. The difference. Do we have anything that says difference on there? All right. Did my Dora for today. I'm waiting for everybody to answer back. So difference. It's actually in subtraction. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. So now I can say they're wanting to figure out subtraction from 7 and A. Okay. So the difference of 7, now they said 7 first, I'm going to go ahead and put that there, and A. Okay, so 7 minus A. They didn't say a number A. In this particular one, they just said A, but it still means your variable. All right? Hopefully that's not too hard. All right. So let's go through this some more. Last one. The sum of 15 and a number S. That is an S, by the way, not a 5. Okay, so we'll go through. We've got 15 there and a number S. So there's my variable. So these parts right here, I could almost just cross out and not even look at them because and a number just means your variable. Okay, so the sum, addition. Okay, and so this is what I said, you should do it with a flashcard so that you can kind of go through your lists in your head and say, all right, that's addition. So the sum of 15 and the number S. So if I put it over here, there would be no sign in between the S. So this is a way that you can understand that. So I have to put them together, so adding them together. Okay. So there's 3 examples of using addition and subtraction to kind of translate from word form to a number form expression. Okay. This also goes both ways. It helps you with this to understand what you're looking for in a word problem. And last year, for instance, I was really happy to see that a lot of my students had really good grades on their word problems because we did this a lot. So do it a lot, practice it, and you'll get better at it. All right, we'll see you in the next video. We will be talking about multiplication and division, this same type of stuff.